Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. And in this video, we are going to be going over and commentating a few of my Kingdom Cup practice battles here. And in this one, we're going to be putting a small little spotlight on Blaziken and testing out some more to see how well it performs within my lineup. And we're going to be looking at some of its weaknesses and its strengths within the meta in these battles. Um, And if you guys enjoy these battles, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and a subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into these battles. Enjoy. Hey guys, and welcome to the battle portion of the video. So here we are. We are starting off against one of my ultra friends from the international PvP group on Discord. And let's get right into these battles. So first, we have Altaria lead versus his Steelix. So right there, we had a little bit of lag, but we got to switch out of there instantly to Blaziken. Now, Blaziken is destroying the Steelix, as you guys can see. And here I go for a Brave Bird. He actually decides to shield that. He could have switched out earlier, but he didn't. So we're going to get off a second Brave Bird here against that Altaria. He doesn't shield, so we're in a pretty good spot already. And we know that that Steelix has a very small amount of health left. And we decided to not block that Sky Attack because we know Lapras can tank one of those, but we do decide to block that one. And here we're just going to farm energy as much as possible. And here's going to bring in his Steelix, so we're going to shield that Crunch to get rid of the Steelix here with Surf, which we do. And then he brings in his Lucario, so we're going to force his last shield out with that Surf there. He's going to get a little bit of energy to attempt to beat me here, but we're going to take out this Lucario with my Altaria, which was in the back. So yeah, that's game one. GG's there. I think I played that pretty well. Uh, a lot of that win was because my team lineup was pretty, or it worked pretty well against his lineup. And I think he should have switched out earlier to counter my Blaziken when I switched in there. I was locked in, but it is what it is. So going to this next one here, we have Altaria lead versus his Altaria lead. So we got the opener matchup here. We're gonna just Dragon Breath it down. He gets to the Sky Attack first because he was rematching me after he sent the invite, so he does have the turn priority. And we're just barely gonna feint out first there, but we're going to be bringing in Lapras here, I believe. Oh no, we're gonna be bringing Blaziken because we want to show off Blaziken here and how well it does. But he has the Alolan Marowak, and that's Rock Smash. So we need to switch out ASAP to Lapras here. We're going to eat that Bone Club to the face, and then he brings in Bastiodon. So this is looking pretty terrible for us. We were hoping he didn't have Alolan Marowak, but he did have the switch advantage on me since his Altaria took me out in the beginning there. But yeah, we have very little hope. But Blaziken's going to come in here and do absolute work against this Bastiodon. But it does get off two charge moves. So here we're not going to block the Flamethrower, hoping that Focus Blast will kill this Marowak, but it does not. And I made a huge mistake there, guys. Right after that battle, I went to PvP Poke and realized that Brave Bird is actually the way to go there. So maybe we could have won that if we used Brave Bird. I'm not sure how much energy I would have had after using Brave Bird, though. But regardless, that was somewhat of a close game. I kind of screwed up in the end there, but I still think I would have lost, to be honest. But yeah, so far Blaziken is pretty strong. I just needed to get the Brave Bird on it. I finally got a TM the other day during the community day for Bagon. I was able to do like 4 or 5 Giratina raids, and I was able to get 1 charge TM, so I used it on that Blaziken. So I can bring you guys this content here on Blaziken and show how it works. Um, for this next cup, though, I'm definitely going to be running Blaziken and Lucario on my squad of 6 to counter any Bastiodon or Steelix threats there, and Lapras as well. But here in this next matchup, we got Altaria versus Altaria once again. So we're gonna actually have the turn advantage here somehow with that sky attack. He's gonna shield, so I'm actually gonna not shield there because I wanted to save his shield. Pretty much, that was my thinking. I did want to mirror, but I definitely didn't want to give up the shield there. But we do have to block that Dragon Pulse, so yeah. Now he brings in that Lucario. We're going to surf and force him to use that final shield. We're gonna get off a second surf because we had some leftover energy, and he's gonna get off that power punch. So we're gonna get Lapras go here, obviously, and we're gonna bring in Blaziken. And we're hoping here his last Pokemon is something weak to it, but it's not. It's a Alolan Marowak, and that is Rock Smash. This time we do use Brave Bird though, so yeah, we're gonna need to shield that Bone Club obviously, and we're so close to getting this Brave Bird off, guys. As you can see on my screen, it was fully charged and I was tapping it, but he did have the turn advantage, so I believe that's why he was able to get the win there. But regardless, super close match. Blaziken again putting in a decent amount of work there, almost being able to beat an Alolan Marowak, but that one did have Rock Smash, so pretty interesting play by him to be running that version. But yeah, I give him props because it's very specialized. But anyways, in this next one, we lead Altaria, they lead Steelix, so this is a really bad matchup for us. We do stay in there to see what he does. And we're actually fine with losing Altaria here. I definitely don't want to give up the switch advantage. I definitely don't want to get locked into this battle because this matchup isn't actually that negative for me. Um, as you can see there, it brings Steelix like super low to where I can just farm energy for whatever Pokemon I bring in, which is Blaziken there. I think he's gonna switch into Altaria. No, he's gonna switch into Lapras. So yeah, as you can see, that Surf is just absolutely shredding through my health right now. We're gonna let our Blaziken go down there. It did some work, but maybe after looking at it now, I should have probably shielded that Surf just to get it as low as possible, so that Steelix could possibly just come in and use like 1 or 2 or 3 Dragon Tails to finish it off. But regardless, he ends off with Lucario, so this I don't think would have been a win for us anyways. Yeah, that Lapras shredded through my Blaziken, and it did a ton of damage to my Steelix there, so Lucario had an easy job at the end there. So yeah, that team comp he ran there really countered me. I was hoping he'd run Bastiodon again there, because I put in Blaziken and Steelix to counter Bastiodon. And as you guys know, Blaziken can actually beat Lucario and Bastiodon with 0 shields for each Pokemon. As long as it has like the right amount of health and the right scenario. But anyways, in this one we switch out for Alolan Marowak as the lead, and they open Altaria again. So another pretty bad matchup here. We're going to use a Shadow Ball, which he actually eats, so I'm actually okay with that. And yeah, that we're just gonna let Alolan Marowak go there. Now that I'm looking back at it, I probably should have swapped out after I charged the Shadow Ball, but again, I don't like giving them the switch advantage. I don't like being locked in. But yeah, then they bring out the Alolan Marowak, and we do use Brave Bird this time. And we saw their Bastiodon come out there, so we have to try to keep this Blaziken alive, but it's just not going to stay alive because they're going to shield that Brave Bird there and knock me out with Rock Smash. And now all that's left is their Bastiodon, and we are absolutely screwed. So yeah, he pretty much just um, we swapped teams. Last match I ran to counter Bastion. In this match I didn't, and of course he brings in Bastion when I don't have Steelix. So that's a little unlucky. I really wanted to see how Steelix will do with Blaziken, but I think I do like it quite a bit. because that Blaziken damage is just so heavy, while Steelix is more like a mind game and like you never know what's coming. And it does that really good chip damage with Crunch. Yeah, and I can beat out a Bastion and potentially a Lucario if it has an Earthquake and Lucario has no shields. Alright, so going into this next set of battles, we have another trainer. This is a different one though, from the international PvP group on Discord. You have seen them in many, many videos already. Um, and yeah, we're going to be running Blaziken some more. So this time they open Bronzong, and I open Lapras. So I know this isn't. This is about an even matchup, and they're going to shield that first Surf. So we're already in a good spot here. We're going to shield that Heavy Slam as well, though. Um, Seems like Bronzong's Confusion is doing more damage than my Water Gun is, which is, obvious. But yeah, we're going to allow this Lapras to faint. And yeah, they're left with 0 shields now. So we're going to bring in Steelix to get off a quick crunch. But they do get off a Heavy Slam before me, so there's no reason to block that really. Now we're going to do this crunch to do super effective damage. Since Bronzong is part Psychic, and they bring in Lucario, so this is a scenario where I wanted to use Blaziken. But they're going to swap out into Altaria, so this isn't good for us at all. We do get off a Brave Bird right before going out, though. And yeah, that's the end for Blaziken there. It's quite squishy. And now in this moment, we're trying to charge up enough energy to maybe get off an Earthquake right when the Altaria or the Lucario comes out, but we weren't able to time that correctly. So the ideal scenario there was to just charge up enough energy to crunch the Altaria to death and then maybe have a full Earthquake charge, but I think that was too much energy to store in one um scenario. I should really learn how much energy each charge move is. Like the 1 bars. I don't really know the 1 bars well. But anyways, in this matchup we got a positive one. Altaria versus Lucario. Even though Lucario can win. If it shield baits correctly there. But they use Power Punch, so no need to block. We get off that Sky Attack, forcing them to use a shield. They're going to use another Power Punch. Completely okay with that. They're going to use another Power Punch. This one we're going to block, though, so that we thought we were going to get off another Sky Attack, but unfortunately we weren't. So, terrible shield by us. I predicted wrong. I guess the counter just did too much damage. And now he wrecks our Charizard with another Power Punch. So this is kind of shifted in his favor after that. They switch out Bastion. I switch this Blaziken, and they switch back into Altaria once again. And this game is going to be another L. We're going to have to forcefully use our shield on that Sky Attack. We're going to hit up that Altaria with Brave Bird. They're going to block. And then our Charizard comes in, and we can't get off that Dragon Claw, and Altaria takes the win for him. So yeah, looking after that, I probably shouldn't have shielded that Altaria. I just thought I would have been able to get to that final Sky Attack, but nope, we were not able to. That's so. I sometimes don't realize how much counter is doing after Lucario gets off 2 or 3 power punches. So yeah, it's just hard to tell when you're focused on how much energy your Pokemon has rather than like its health. But regardless, that was well played by them. We're going in this next one here, leading Steelix. They lead Bronzong again. And this is a really positive matchup for us. So we're going to hit it with a crunch here in the beginning. They're going to block, so that's an early shield gone. They're going to make a quick switch into Lucario here. We're going to fire off this crunch and then switch directly into Altaria. We're not going to block that power-up punch because we know flying is resisting fighting in that scenario. And we take out Lucario to meet up with a mirror match here. They do block that Sky Attack, so we have 2 shields to their none. So we're in a fantastic spot now. We're going to block this Sky Attack so that our Steelix can get off a crunch. They got off a second Sky Attack, surprisingly, and we're just going to charge a little bit of extra energy from that Altaria there, and the last Pokemon is Bronzong, and we can barely get off one final crunch. And we bring in our Blaziken here to finish off the Bronzong. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed playing against that Bronzong. Um, I wanted to get practice from it before my next tournament because I've seen a lot of videos on it already, and it seems to be a pretty good Pokemon that's off. It's not really off meta, but it counters the meta Pokemon really hard, it seems. And that confusion just hits so heavy on like the fighting types. And hell, even on Altaria it does a lot of damage. But jumping in this next one here, we got another Altaria mirror match. I can't wait to see the day when Altaria isn't meta. But yeah, I'm kind of tired of seeing it and going up against it, but yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna block the Sky attack here to try to get the turn advantage, and they're gonna block that as well. So, and somehow they kill off ours before we kill off theirs, and yeah, they still have the turn advantage. So I guess you could say that shield was a waste because we're gonna switch into Blaziken here. But the Lucario is nearly dead, and they actually get off a Shadow Ball, but our Steel is barely able to finish off that, and their last Pokemon is Bastiodon. So this is going to be extremely close here. We're going to get off this Earthquake, do massive damage, and then we're going to be able to finish off this Bastiodon with a Crunch. So yeah, GG there, even though we had the switch, they had the switch advantage because their Altaria was still alive. And yeah, that finishes up those practice battles with Blaziken, guys. I really hope you enjoyed those and learned something from my play. And I'll definitely, I definitely will try to bring out a Power of Blaziken video in the very near future, within like a week or less. I want to get it out before like the new cup gets announced, which should be like this upcoming week of the 20th. Um, and yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, enjoyed those Kingdom Cup practice battles. And again, if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And we just passed 100 subscribers earlier today. And yeah, I want to give you guys a huge thank you for that. That blew away my goal of hitting 100 subs by the end of this month, and we get it not even halfway through the month yet. So yeah, appreciate the support, and I super appreciate the Kingdom Cup win video. That's hit over 1,000 views, so that is actually incredible. And yeah, that's it for this video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.